The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and this is Odie.
I think.
Off to the races we go. I don't think either one of us together have got an hour's worth of sleep from last night.
No, and we thought we were going to be through with that Friday and start the show with no sleep. But here we are. I'm in a blooming T-shirt and a hat because...
Well, you've been up all night.
Yeah, and I ain't got my daughter to cut my hair yet.
So it's one of those things.
It's bad. My wife on me every day. You didn't get your hair cut yet.
Poor Odie.
Poor me. But I do got to get it because it's...
At least you got a little bit to cut.
Well, some of it's retreating.
Mine done lost the war.
Mine's headed that way.
Good morning, Jerome. Good to see you joining us there. How many folks are up that was with us last night as we walked all of this weather? We're going to talk about that today. Tornado out to our west that actually touched down. Our friends in Lewin, y'all pray for them.
Yeah.
They're going to be needing some help.
Yeah, they definitely do. Prayers reach down for them. We got a call about 2:15 this morning from the Red Cross. Want to know if we could get the trailer down to Lewin that holds 50. What do you call the cots and personal bags and all to get people started. So Charlie, he loaded up the trailer and took it down there. I guess he left about 2:30 this morning.
I bet he likes you.
He, well.
That's early. That's mighty early.
Of course, we was already up. So, but he took that to the people there in Lewin for the Red Cross and got that out there. But definitely prayers needs to go out to that community.
Charlotte Gray says she was with us last night during all the storms there. Had someone mentioned there was an issue with Fox 30 this morning? I'm not real sure. If somebody else is seeing a problem with the television station, put us a comment up so we can get in touch with TV and get that fixed. You think, boy, oh boy, all the weather's over. Let's not think too soon. No. Let's just go ahead and show you what's in store today. Severe weather is possible this afternoon. Now, for the most part, it is south of us, but we do have rain in the forecast once again. And you think, well, maybe it'll go away after that. Well, of course not.
Just hold on. There's more. It's like an infomercial.
Yeah, it is. Let's go on. Where did it go? I lost my place there. I had it. This is Alabama, what it will look like. But each day, Odie, we've got rain, thunderstorms, and it's just bad, and worse.
Yeah. Oh, so Miss Glenda's can't get it on Fox 30. Miss Debbie, it's not on TV. So obviously there is a problem with Channel 30, but we hope that we've got everybody to switch over to Facebook or YouTube.
It must be that they've got power outages as well, or something is taking a direct hit at the TV station is what I'm guessing here. Pretty good guess of that. Let's matter of fact, as we talk about power, let's take a look at EMEPA of what we know. A lot of folks without power here as we pull this up this morning. This is what we're looking at EMEPA this morning. Roughly 1,200, and they'd gotten that down to like 2 people last night before that next round came in. But we've got a lot of people here as we look at this. Meridian here. Oh, that got a little fast.
Yeah, that zoomed on in.
Yeah. North up here, Marion Way, we've got 189 people roughly. That needs to calm down, doesn't it? 15 out at NAS Meridian as you go out to Collinsville, about 32. This would be in that area of the TV station of 111 without power. And it's possible 500.
Yeah.
That may be what they're on there. I'm not sure if they're Mississippi Power or EMEPA, but definitely. Okay.
Oh, we got somebody watching it on Fox. Okay. Got a couple people, so that's good.
Yeah. But it's a lot of folks that are getting up this morning that are not going to have makeup. They're just not going to have coffee. And it makes folks a little on the grumpy side, doesn't it?
You know, sometimes everybody wishes they had a little morning show that they can start their day off with to come in here, because we might not know what we talk about today. we're going on the wing and a prayer. But we've done pretty good
Absolutely.
in the past. So
I'm one of those that I have to have X amount of hours of sleep, and I feel good the next day. If I don't get it, well, things aren't quite as well.
long as Amy gets upset with me because I'm a morning person, I'm a night person, I don't care. If I get me a little wink, wake me up, I'm good to go. I might not want to get up right that second, but I'm good. Well, I do need some mojo. I need some coffee.
You're winking there. What we have statewide, Odie, 49,000 Mississippians are without power this morning. That's a heap of folks there as we look at this. As we look at Lauderdale County total, about 1,300. We've got 266 in Clark County. Jasper, about 628. And then you get over here to Smith County, 1,000. 1,700 in Scott County. Big numbers as you get into Leake. That was a lot of wind up through there. Atala and Neshoba County, 3,000 people without power this morning. So think of these folks. It's tough to be without power. You may be one of the ones sitting at home and the phone is all you got. We're glad that you chose us to watch and hang around with us over the next few hours, or the next hour rather.
Yeah, and continue throughout today. Continue throughout tomorrow. The coverage is going to continue to be there as this weather moves in, and like I said, I don't work with him on that, or we don't work in the same building, I guess you could say. We work with each other, making sure that we get as much information out to y'all. However way, my office is open to anybody to get information out to the public, and that's what we're there for.
A quick glance here. Weather Nation has been to Lewin, Mississippi, as we shared this just a little bit ago. This is scenes that we're seeing this morning from Lewin, Mississippi. Damage, homes, look at that, walls tore up.
Man.
We pray for the folks, and as we spoke to the sheriff last night, he said he had multiple people injured. Now, it was early into the ball game. We don't know what that looks like number-wise, but look at all of this damage that come across Lewin, Mississippi. Again, this is due south of Newton, Mississippi, where this tornado hit. That's what they're waking up to this morning. Look at all that insulation that's scattered through there.
And the toothpicks.
Yep.
Those trees have just been shattered into toothpicks.
So there's many things to be thankful for. To my knowledge, we haven't heard of any loss of life on any of this, which is great. Kind of scary. Mississippi getting hit, it's just, we hate it. Horrible. Let's see, as we begin today, let's see some other things that are shaping up across the nation today. Let's go ahead. You ready to get into things that happened in Lauderdale County?
Well, I'm sure we had one or two.
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's start here, Odie. Let's start with the big one. Now, a few weeks ago, it has always been said in Meridian, well, crap, that stuff, you're just telling things that don't need to be told. I've heard that since I started this. As we kept going, well, the crime just kept pushing up northern in the county. And lo and behold, a few weeks ago, we had somebody murdered in, well, the North Hills area. Well, this weekend, it continues. Maybe you hadn't read the articles yet, but let's just go ahead and pull this up. This is what happened this weekend. North Hills, 3 people were shot at a restaurant. We'll just go ahead and call it where it was. It was Waffle House is where this went on at 2 a.m. Saturday morning is where all of this went down. 3 people. Now, they would be taken to the hospital in a personal vehicle. A car did get struck in the parking lot. This is going to be directly across from PV headquarters. They had a gentleman inside. It was a large crowd. The guy's inside there. Somebody was spotted outside floating around with a gun. He didn't do anything. But the dude that come out, he came out blazing, so to speak.
Came out blaring.
Now, what happened in the end? Let's just tell this how it all went down, Odie. It ended up, as oddly as this is, 3 females got hit. One was shot in the face. She was grazed with a bullet here. Another one got grazed in the leg. And then another got a bullet deep into the leg. Now, none of these were life-threatening. But boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Man, that's terrible.
Did anybody mention that was North Hills?
Yeah, this is the upper area, the finer area of Meridian where you wouldn't think that this type of activity would happen, but
that's where all that went down. This is going to continue to happen until we have leadership that puts a foot down and puts a stop to all of this. We got to make it stop. It does, or we're going to have more people injured. It's a matter of this time of innocent people standing across the road where they're mad at one another. They know one another. It's going to be a larger crowd. Something is going to happen if this isn't handled quickly. But North Hills, another shooting as we look back over the weekend. Man. Wait a minute. Odie, the fun didn't stop.
Say it ain't so.
No, right there in front of your office there.
Oh, boy.
Fire station number 1 yesterday. Oh, 2 old boys, they just couldn't get along. So what did they do? Well, they commenced to shooting at one another downtown Meridian. Let's just go ahead and share this with you. Let's go ahead and pull this up. They weren't very good. They couldn't hit the side of a barn. They shot at each other. They tried to hit one another, and they didn't.
It just didn't happen.
It didn't happen. And then as we found out, one was faster than the other as police arrived to chase. One outran him. The other one, he wasn't so lucky.
Oops.
He as I put there, he was not a track star.
He
didn't do so hot in sports. And well, he got to spend the night at the hotel downtown.
3 hots and a cot.
That's what he got. But, and I joke about this, but when did it become a thing if you don't get along with somebody? Oh, let's just go ahead and shoot at one another. When did it become this?
Growing up, we're the same age. Growing up, you had a problem with somebody, you fought, and 99% of the time you were friends the next day.
Yeah, a little scrap, so to speak.
But now they
play
kill
for
and
keeps.
shoot one another, and then the next day they wake up going, uh-oh.
Yeah.
What did I do?
But one of the first times in a long time we've had somebody actually arrested for an actual squeezing of the trigger. We did get one there. Joshua. It's kind of like the Wild Wild West.
It is.
And I know you know the words to that song. I can see it in Odie's face.
Wild Wild West. That was a good song back in the day.
I don't remember what year it was, but I do remember going somewhere.
Miss Jeanette said, could his saggy pants have slowed him down?
That could be a problem. Saggy pants, I've seen, and I'm sure we've all seen that when people try to run. I even almost fell the other day. I didn't get my belt on.
But it wasn't down there at your ankles.
No, it wasn't down at my ankles, but I didn't have my belt tightened. I had my belt on, but I didn't have it tightened. Boy, it just don't feel good.
They look like the old Tim Conway character. The guy that walked around real slow.
I remember that. I don't remember that character, but I remember him on stage.
The watch character, or the watchman, or something like that.
Yeah, good morning. It's already Monday as we begin your day. We're waking up on that hour's worth of sleep as we had the storms come through. We'll be right back. Garrett Outfitters on 8th Street is getting you ready for summertime. A large selection of cool hobo shirts. Maybe it's short sleeves. Maybe you need a pair of shorts. If you're going to be cutting grass or maybe riding a tractor this summer, you're going to need a straw hat to keep cool. And as you head to that favorite fishing hole, don't forget you'll need a pocket knife along with a great rod and reel. And if you earn your living in the woods, don't forget to check out their big selection of snake boots, Carhartt pants and shirts for any occasion. It's Garrett Outfitters, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Summertime has arrived and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Welcome back. We had a comment that someone said that possibility of 1 death in Jasper County and at least 18 injured.
Yeah, that's tough. So that family waking up and your neighborhood is messed up and your family just lost someone, friends injured. Definitely lift this community up in our prayers.
As daylight breaks, and it is outside now, more news will be found out about what happened last night. And as we watched it on radar there, Highway 15 at the Lewin area up toward Montrose, the worst of our fears become reality that it had touched down.
And you know, Clark County took a hit yesterday afternoon.
Sure did.
Lucky nobody. I hadn't heard of any injuries over there, so that's good. But they did take a hit, and we hope that they're getting through the cleanup. Last night was still a tough one for them too. I know Barry was up all night long. You know, about the same with us. He probably hadn't gone to sleep at all either. Getting out and about, checking on everything, and making sure that his county's in good shape. So prayers go out to everybody that was affected.
As Mike Moore just pointed, their prayers for all these linemen that are out.
Definitely.
They are amongst the worst of the worst stuff that you can imagine this morning.
Somebody posted on the lineman, said, all y'all complaining out there, said, I asked the lineman, said, hey, how's your family? And he says, I don't know. I've only seen them an hour since Wednesday.
And that happens.
That's these guys out here making sure that we've got power or either getting our power back on. So when you're complaining, and I'm one of them too, that'll sit there with the power going, man, I wish they'd hurry up and get it on. But these guys is working all they can work. They're only human. They can only work so much without having to slow down and take a break.
You got to.
So y'all see a lineman, roll your window down and say, hey, bud, I appreciate it. If you got some water, give them some water or something. But these guys are pushing it to their limits, and they would appreciate a little bit of a thank you every now and then.
Jeannie tells us East Quitman had numerous trees down and power went out for about a while there in Quitman. First responders on the job there. It was a lot there, trees being cut out. And we want to point this out this morning. We got word just a little bit ago. Highway 19 has an issue, doesn't it?
Yeah, Highway 19 south at Shannon Road had a tree blocking, I don't know if it was the entire road or a partial of 19 south. A lot of traffic coming in from Alabama, coming to work at the hospitals and other places in Meridian. So be careful when you're coming through that area if that's your normal route. Make sure that crews that are there cleaning that up, that you're prepared for them. Not Highway 45, 45th Street between Poplar Springs Drive and 35th Avenue. That has a tree blocking that entire road. That's over there by Four Fountain Apartments.
Yeah.
So that road is blocked. I know the city was getting out to get that fixed. So that's the only ones that we've last counting that we've had blocked. There's some high water in places, but right now I don't think we've had any roads closed right now because of rain. We've got one right down the road that got washed out last week.
Yeah.
Blind Brown. So be cautious. There's going to be some areas that haven't had a time to see. The light's just now coming out. Everybody's just now getting around where they can look and see. Awful lot of rain fell, and that's where you start to see a bad road turn worse. And Miss Sandra, prayers from Florida. So Miss Bunyard, thank you.
Yeah, right.
Miss y'all. I've known her for a long time. She's a very wonderful person. I like her.
I spoke with Billy Solly on Friday, and we need to update this. As we all know, a deputy had some accusations against him. As we go to hear the story here, as we look at the sheriff's department, this is the letter that Billy put out on this on Friday as we spoke to him. As of June 15th, the deputy sheriff that is a part of the investigation being conducted by the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, which is MBI, is no longer employed with the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. No criminal charges or criminal probable cause hearings have been conducted. That's meaning that nothing has happened yet. State law prescribes that if a law enforcement officer is accused of a criminal charge that occurred during his or her performance of their duties, the course of action for the investigation is to have a probable cause hearing before a circuit court or present it to a grand jury. The deputy is not charged yet, and his employed status is a personnel matter at protected by the law, Sheriff Billy Solly. So we don't know what all went on with that because that part is kept quiet. We do know that the deputy is no longer with the sheriff's department, and one or two things will happen. It will go to the circuit court or be presented to the grand jury. When we find out more about this, what the process is going, we will pass that along. What did happen, we don't know yet. We're waiting to find out. But alleged sexual abuse of some form or shape way. We'll see what becomes of it, and we'll pass that on to you.
Yeah, we definitely, as soon as that information becomes available, and we're all curious. We all want to know.
Absolutely.
I want to know. You want to know.
Yeah.
It's part of the community, and one of these days we'll
get the answer.
We'll get the answer to it.
Coming up, we'll tell you what MPD done Friday. They actually got to use some cups. We'll tell you all about that on the way next.
Bracelets.
Yeah, they're handing them out. We can even get you a pair today.
Nah, I don't need any of them.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381. Folks, if your yard is needing grass and you need it quick, talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding. They offer residential and commercial. The great thing about this, it doesn't wash, the water treads, and it holds the soil in place. It's the easiest way to grow grass. That's hydro seeding. You'll get a great-looking lawn without all the dry spots. How many times have you put out seed in 2/8/1954? Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Odie, bright and early on a Monday morning as we begin this. Don't forget, this is a holiday. A lot of businesses will be closed. Probably banks and things of that nature will close today.
It's a federal holiday. I know our office will be open. Now, we'll be there. We'll be available, but a few of us are probably going to take a little nap.
Might help to get some better attitudes by it.
Yeah, we
so
need
you won't
to
be
check.
snappy.
Somebody said Lewin still had some people missing that's unaccounted for. So definitely send prayers to the teams that's going out there to help them look.
As we mentioned, MPD has made an arrest. They've arrested a suspect, and I always say the word suspect, in a murder case. As we pull this up, this comes directly from the Meridian Police Department as we pull this. And I was asking, do you pronounce this Dericus Graham?
Yeah, Mr. Graham.
Mr. Graham has been arrested and charged for the murder of Honduras Evans, 19. Evans was shot during an altercation on Tuesday the 13th, an Old Marion Road apartment complex. His bond is set at $1 million. Young fella there. Murder is what that is being charged with.
George Butler Road's blocked by a huge oak tree. All right.
Hopefully we can get that back fixed there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Well, they just don't put up with this up in Neshoba County. Just nip it in the bud.
Just got to nip it in the bud.
As we go up to
With my
Sheriff
one bullet.
Eric Clark, they've had a employee at the jail there have sexual contact with someone. Well, they are no longer there, and they've been arrested. Can't be doing all that.
So they get to see the bars from the same side that they were on.
That's correct. He's been terminated and arrested. Well, there it is. You can read the whole story there. We won't go into all this, but you can read that on the website. It's also on our Facebook page there, all about the charges that went on there. Brad Stewart passed along the jail administrator of what went on with this.
I wonder if any of these other jails compare to the Bear Yacht.
Probably not.
I heard that was a nice place, but I don't want to go see.
I'm going to let you go investigate and let me know.
Somebody that spent the night there, let us know how the Bear Yacht really is. Do they leave the light on for you?
Like Tom Bodette. Now, as I got that tour of the old jail in Lauderdale County, that was kind of creepy. I would not want to have gone there ever. No,
that was
sir.
a little oof.
That was before inmates got that nice air conditioning.
That was
long
back.
before.
You remember that jump, peanut jump?
Yes. Boy, oh boy. Now, as we get into other things that have happened over the weekend, overnight gunfire as we go to the 5500 block of 8th Street Extension. Let's pull this up where you can see this. This happened overnight last night. Gunfire would erupt here. As you take a look at this, this is Old Highway 80 West, right in this area right here. Here's Carledge Park Lube, the health department. Back in here is where gunshots were heard. Now, no one was hurt. No one was injured on that. We also had gunfire several different locations over the weekend. As we pull this up to take a look, gunfire down in here. This shots were in this area. This would be on this side of the highway also. We had gunfire on Valley Street. This would be due south of 8th Street. We had gunfire there. Here's the Gypsy Queen's grave. We also had gunfire on 40th Avenue. This would be east of Highway 19 there. A lot of gunfire in those areas this weekend. Last night, also, we had a home hit with gunfire. Let's go ahead and pull that up. We pulled this up, and this would be in the 3100 block of 5th Street. A house hit with bullets. Once again,
Man,
people behaving badly in our city, and we need to make examples of this and stop all of this.
yeah, that's
And Odie, as I see here, let's just give honorable mention to 4th Avenue, 40th Avenue, and also 49th Avenue. All of these areas had gunfire this weekend.
you know when you've got so many that you have to have honorable mention because it would take up 2 hours to just talk about how many gunshots that rang out across our city. Man, that people need to know what's going on, and they need to know where it's going on.
Right. I keep up with how many people are actually shot and how many people are deceased with this. I don't think I could keep up with how many shots are fired in a year.
Oh, there's no
I don't have
way.
enough ink.
No.
Chris Branning wanted us. That is Brown Hook Road, where the road is washed out.
I think I said Blind Brown, so
That's
I kind of threw you
Becky's
for a
road up
loop,
there.
isn't it?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
up there sitting pretty on it. Bonnie, she's agreeing with you there. We had a structure fire right at daylight. This would be a building that caught fire. I'm not sure how much damage was done to it, but as we pulled this up, we know that volunteer fire department ran out to help save this as much as they could in the 500 block of Clear Creek Drive. I'm not going to say Clear Creek fast too many times. I'll get tongue-tied on that this morning.
Yeah, real quick. I know they went back in service. They were able to get it out pretty quick, but don't know the extent. But man, I tell you, Lauderdale County's blessed with the firemen that we've got.
Let me show you a couple of pictures here of some lightning that was sent in to us. This is Quitman. This was sent in from Miranda Davidson. Look at this picture here, Odie. Look at that. Isn't that just as beautiful?
It is beautiful.
It's scary, but beautiful all at the same time. We got some more of these that I wanted to share. Let's look at the 3-foot building here. This was taken from the 3-foot building, if I remember correctly. A big thanks to Andrew Bolwer. Look at that.
Man. I mean, just the power in that picture.
Now, I wanted to show this. This is the precast group. And if you were watching last night and you're thinking, man, I sure would like me a tornado shelter, see the precast group.
They've got them there.
A ton of them. But this is the lightning. Let me show you all this. This is the lightning that was going on here. This is where they make them. Watch this in the background. Look at this.
I mean, just look at that, and it's a beautiful picture.
It is.
But if you've ever been out there and you have one of those go over your head, you can feel the electricity. In
Yes,
that
sir.
area. And it'll make you shiver just a minute.
Let's talk about Portable, Mississippi. Boy, y'all had it going on up there. Look at this. Big thank you to Jessica. She sent in these pictures. Look how big that hail was in Portable.
Yeah, that was.
That's pretty big.
And it, some of our radar was telling us last night that we had places that was receiving 3-inch hail.
Right.
Luckily, we didn't have any reports of that. Greg was out riding around looking at some areas and talking with Chief White over at Clark County and working with him, but never saw hail that big. We did have that indicated on radar, but never hit the ground. We were lucky with that.
Speaking of, as you brought up Clark County, let's look at Clarko. If you'll remember, that's where we had this pop up when the tornado warning was issued for Clark County during the daylight hours, not at night. Let's pull this up where you can see this. This is Clarko. And let's share some of these pictures here as we go in here as to what it looks like. Trees down on these cabins. And see, as it ripped the top side of these trees. It was splintering them, more or less like those transformer there. That's like toothpicks. And that was the scene pretty much all around Clarko yesterday afternoon. They had to cut their way in and start clearing the roads. To my knowledge, no campers were damaged, to my knowledge.
I'll tell you, Mr. Tony's done a lot of work out there, and made that place real nice. I mean,
yes.
Clarko's looking real good, and he has spent a lot of time and making that place what it is, and then to have a lot of damage from these trees.
It's heartbreaking.
It really is.
We've got more to come. Y'all don't rush off. We got some more storm damage and more stories of what's going on over the weekend, all for you right here. We'll be right back.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical, 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian, 601-693-6374.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham.
Patrick Allen Companies services and repairs all brands of overhead doors, residential and commercial. Our service technicians are factory trained and have over 125 years of combined experiences. At Patrick Allen Companies, we are not interested in being the biggest, just the best. We are just 4 miles south of Meridian on Highway 145. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
We're back.
We can't tell jokes to each other during commercials anymore.
We got to keep something to keep us awake.
Yep, that was pretty good there.
Oh, it was a Jerry Clower.
Doo-dah.
It was.
And if you've ever heard the story of Jerry Clower tell about the fishing trip where Mr. Doo-dah drowned in the lake and they all had to do straws as to who was going to go tell his wife that he had passed away. It was the guy like Mel Tillis that had to go tell her. He couldn't get it out.
He couldn't talk because he stuttered so much. So he figured he could sing it.
Yeah, that's what he done. Guess who drowned in the lake today? Doo-dah.
Y'all, look, we are sorry. We're going on.
That was one of Jerry Clower's funniest jokes.
We're not going on much sleep. Y'all forgive us.
As we go back to 1786, a true American hero would pass away on this date. It was 1786. He was a young fella at the age of 43. Anybody remember the name? There he is, Major General Nathaniel Greene passed away on this date. He was a big player in the American Revolutionary War that gave us our freedoms here. You know, it was
43 years young.
It was a while there to where it really didn't look like we were going to win that independence as people were trying to overthrow, second-guess George Washington, say that he didn't know what he was doing. They tried really hard to boot him out, but he kept a steady course and he never blinked. And at the end, he pulled it off.
That's right. Oh, we need to add a day in history today.
What do we need to do?
I forgot to give that to you.
What's that?
We've got a special day in history.
What is
today?
Uh-oh.
63 years ago.
Okay, I'm adding it up here.
Greg was born.
You are kidding. 63 of them, huh?
Yeah. He likes to say 53, but he looks 10 years older than that.
Happy birthday, Greg.
Happy birthday.
Wait a minute. Now, didn't we miss somebody that was kin to you having a birthday on Friday? Didn't we miss that?
My sister.
Yeah, boy.
And I got in trouble.
You didn't wish your sister a happy birthday. You should be ashamed
I
there.
know it. So, Charlene, happy late birthday. I tell you how much her birthday really matters. Her only son had an anniversary the same day. He said, I don't care if this is your birthday or not, we're going to get married on that day.
And that's what happened.
And that's what happened. So, happy birthday to my sister on the 15th and to my nephew, Brian, and his bride, Ashley. Happy anniversary. I think it's been 10 years. Love them to death.
There you go.
Look at there.
It would be 1897 that this old fellow was born, and there probably ain't a person watching within a country mile that doesn't know who he is.
Oh, every Sunday morning.
Mo was born today as the Three Stooges. He
Yeah.
was funny.
All of them were.
That was a really good, clean show.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we had happen today. If you've ever, and they even made it, you're big time if you ever got to be on the Beverly Hillbillies. They were so famous, they made several appearances, and not only did they appear in it, but they also wrote the theme song.
Well, now that I see, I learned something too.
Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs played the Beverly Hillbillies, and well, Lester Flatt was born on this date back in 1914. Now, they had a little squabble there at the end, and I don't know why they never played together again, but Lester Flatt and Earl, they just didn't get along at the end there.
Yeah.
But there for many, many years, they were on the team that toured together and done such a great time.
Man.
Liked them.
1914.
Took a little trip along.
That's what was going through my mind. See, we think alike. It might be scary.
1937. This is legendary stuff. Is it all rumor? There's been so many movies about it. Maybe it did happen. Yeah. Does the devil exist? Yes, he does. Is there such thing that a man could make the deal with the devil to become famous? Is it
Sell
worth
your soul?
Is it worth that?
You know, to some people, it may just be.
They say that this guy couldn't play a lick. He couldn't sing. He disappeared for about 6 weeks and showed back up as was one of the best there was from that day forward. And the rumor is, Crossroads in Mississippi, Robert Johnston made a recording today. It's this guy that done all that, the blues man.
Sold his soul to the devil.
Did it happen? Boy, it's been a lot of movies that say it did.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, the devil is real.
And that is real. We do know that.
Man.
Let's go back to 1948, and I cannot pronounce her first name. I have no idea how to say it.
Felicia.
Is that how you say that?
That's what I'm going to go with.
Okay, let's go with that then. Who remembers from The Cosby Show? She was a gorgeous lady. She played the part very well. She was everybody's mom on the TV show.
Yeah.
But I could not pronounce that if I had to. Yeah, what Odie said.
Yeah, we're going... I just used the breaking it down and hoping that I was correct.
Yeah, I think you were. I'm going to go with you there. Yeah. 1954, what was the number one song in country music? I Don't Hurt Anymore. Anybody remember that? Hank Snow had the number one song today. Hank Snow was still big in the 1970s. They even mentioned him several times in Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, sure did.
When Fred bit him, no, I am not kin to Hank Snow. You remember that scene, don't you? Fred don't bite nobody.
Fred don't bite nobody.
And I think we all got a giggle when he climbed back up that Kenworth and hit the starter and ran over all those motorcycles. It made me laugh.
Oh, man, it is.
That was kind of payback.
Miss Beverly said we was right. That is Felicia.
Okay.
Well, we were right enough.
Yeah, right enough. We'll go with that. Do you remember watching Romance in the Stone?
I do, and that was a good movie.
I'd almost forgotten about it, but 1954, Kathleen Turner was born on that, and she was the star of that show.
And she was not bad to look at.
No, she was not. As we look at other things, 1956, this would come to an end today. They were a team. They'd done comedy acts together. They made movie after movie. Now, what caused the breakup, the argument? We're not real sure, but we know after today, Jerry Lee and Dean Martin didn't work together anymore. Dean always seemed to have that class about him. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, now, yeah, he was real classy.
Yeah.
He dressed to the nines.
Part of the
Jerry
Rat
Lee
Pack.
Lewis was...
The Nutty Professor.
Well, you're exactly right. He just didn't...
Yeah, it was odd.
Yeah.
I know how to
didn't
pronounce
fit.
this one. 1962. Who knows this young lady?
Everybody.
Paula Abdul was born.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself. I had to do investigation. I called Debbie. I said, was this, because this is not my kind of movie. And I said, was this a big movie? She goes, oh, yeah, everybody watched it. It was big. I get the feeling Odie doesn't know anything
Everybody
about
but
it.
us.
The two of us didn't watch it. Anybody remember The Music Man? It was released on this date back in 62.
I guess the only musical I watched was Grease. And you really didn't consider Grease to be a musical. It was, but it just wasn't something that you really considered.
You wasn't tortured as a kid and had to watch at least once the sound of music and make you want to go lock yourself in the bedroom, never watch TV again?
I hope not.
That was horrible.
I don't remember the sound of
She
music.
wouldn't hush that voice. I still hear it.
Is that where they lived, way out in the meadows or
They
something?
had some meadows there, and she'd get up and she'd, woo. I'm like, oh my heavens.
I think I've
It
seen
ranked right up there
bits
with
and pieces.
opera with me. At least Chitty Chitty Bang Bang had a cool car.
And it flew.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to lie. This guy can't sing. He can. It's horrible. But he went down as a legend. He passed away on this date in 2013. I was going to say he kind of resembles Ricky Bobby to a degree, but Slim Whitman passed away on this date. I can't sing any of his songs because they were so bad that I couldn't listen to them.
That was.
We're being honest, that they were bad.
That's part of it. Miss Mary says, who's your dad? Is that mine or yours?
I don't know.
Happy Father's Day to my dad, who has since moved to the golden roads of heaven, which I plan to see him again one day back in 1995. But my father was Ray Barrett.
There you go.
Yeah.
My dad was also Ray, and he's also passed on. As we know, all of that does happen to each and every one of us. We're not, as Hank, his last song that hit #1, I'll never get out of this world alive. Ain't ne'er one of us getting out of here.
That's it. And all we can do is hope that we reunite up in the Lord's home.
There you go. We'll be right back. We got so much more to talk about as this morning travels along. Let's put a smile. Let's get things going. Are you looking for a trustworthy place to buy your next car or truck? Visit my friends at Massey Supermart Auto Sales. They've been doing business since 1955. There's a reason they've been in business for so long. They have fair prices, superior service, and repeat customers. For your next quality pre-owned vehicle, it's Massey Supermart Auto Sales. Taking care of your car needs at 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Nothing adds more value to your home than well-manicured landscaping. Distinctive Borders can transform the look of your residential or commercial landscaping with continuous decorative concrete curbing. Distinctive Borders adds an attractive, durable, and permanent solution that will add value and prestige to the overall appearance of your home's landscape. Choose from a custom range of colors and patterns at an affordable price. Locally owned and operated right here in Meridian, Mississippi. Distinctive Borders, 601-490-3678.
No matter how many times you try, and no matter where you call, Representative 81 Steve Horn won't answer the phone. We're not getting any representation in Jackson. District 81, we can do better. Vote Ben Shirley, August the 8th. Paid for by Ben Shirley.
Well, as we go back, the farm supply is open. Matter of fact, they're going to be taking care of folks today, this week. If you've got anything as this horrendous rain ends, they've got things to take care of your yard and get it back to looking great again. If you need snippers, clippers, any of this to work in your garden, they've got all of this lined up for you. Hanging baskets and many, many shirts to choose from as summertime has arrived. Now, as we go on down through here, all of that potting and garden hoses, got to have that. And, of course, they got a great place to get it there, from places to sit, even a great place to come in and get you some birdhouses. Lots of woodworking stuff like that. You'll find it there at the co-op. You can't miss it. So much to choose from. Drop in today. They got a whole bunch of boots and more, seed feed. They'll take care of any animal that you got. Exit 151 off the interstate is the place to go to.
Yeah, you might need some of those water boots with the way we've had everything going. And something I want to do, push out to remind everybody, especially those that live around Okeechobee Creek. And Okeechobee Creek, y'all, it flows all the way through Lauderdale County on the west side and through Meridian. The reservoir, and I haven't talked to them since Friday evening, they gained 3 feet of water in 24 hours from Thursday to Friday.
Now, you're talking that entire lake rose.
The entire lake. So
that's a lot of water.
When you see the reservoir, Okeechobee Reservoir is at 342. All right, that means the level of that is 342 feet above mean sea level. So that's how that's measured.
Right.
So they rose 3 feet. That's a lot of water to have to do something with. I want to say 344 is their magic number where they want to be during summer pool. 347, I believe, is what it is, where they have to have a mandatory release. They have to get rid of that water and open the floodgates.
So what Odie's been beating around the bush here trying to point out is somebody's supposed to get wet. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. So they don't have a choice. They've got to let their at max flow, and probably will be at max flow coming out of the dam until Wednesday, possibly Thursday, and already have the creeks at its max, and we're adding more water to it. So if you live along that Okeechobee Creek, and y'all know who y'all are, you're going to see a rise in water, and they'll keep that water flowing. They'll start bringing it back as the level drops down back to 344 feet. So Ms. Lisa said, don't forget about those gators. So gators will be out and about. They'll be checking some more stuff out. But be careful, because you will see some low-lying areas that will flood over the next few days, possibly.
As Johnny Cash sang, how high is the water, Mama?
What was it, in rising?
Yeah, 3 feet and rising.
3 feet and rising.
Been a long time since I heard that.
Yeah.
Let's go to I-20. We had a boo-boo there yesterday afternoon as we pulled this up and a wreck. Now, Odie, what went on with this car? It's dented.
It is.
Look at this. It's beat up from every angle.
It is. She is very lucky. She hit a puddle.
Yeah.
So I guess a lot of that was hydroplaning. She was on I-20 westbound.
Okay, going toward Jackson.
Going towards Jackson. hit a puddle. It threw her into a concrete wall. That divider between east and westbound lanes.
Right.
Threw her back in towards the right. She hit the ditch in between I-20 and North Frontage Road, in between 65th Avenue and the truck stop.
Oh, yeah.
And it rolled and came to rest to where it's at now. The Lord was riding with her and kept her safe. The car took a beating, but definitely good to see that the Lord was with her this whole time.
Yeah, that's good news that she made it out of that.
Yeah.
A bunch of structure fires over the weekend. I even wanted to point this out. As Greg got his birthday lunch yesterday, they really went after it. This is some of the damage in Clark County that we were talking about here. As we look at this, was down at Long's Fish Camp as this come through. Power was out yesterday as we look at several of these pictures here of trees. This is why you don't want pine trees near your house, surrounding it, right up against it. They snap so easy, and the next thing you know, you've got a problem. Call Mike Reed. He advertises with us. If you need a tree removed, that's what Mike does. And honest folks. So if you need something done like that, see Mike. I got the number. You can inbox us. We'll pass that along. I want to bring this up. You were busy before all this came about. And I'm just to scare y'all. Now, I want to warn you, this is going to go on. If you've got a 65-inch TV, this is going to be scary because it's Odie in a wetsuit.
You're not at SeaWorld. Those aren't sea lions. Them's is us's.
Here we go. Now, again, I'm fisting scare you. Odie in tight. Here we are.
Yeah.
Tell us what went on, Odie, here.
Yeah, so our dive team we're completely rebuilding, and one of the requirements to be on the dive team is you have to be open water certification with not just PADI or SSI, but you have to be a certified diver before you can join our team. And so we got with Pierce Clark, who is an awesome instructor. I mean, this guy is so knowledgeable. You learn so much every time you talk to him. And he came in and did a class for the people who wanted to join. So these people came out of their pocket and paid for their certification. And now that they got their certification, they can join the Lima Dive Team. And we've got Meridian Police, we've got Lauderdale County Sheriff, City Fire Department, County Fire, and EMA all come together and make a dedicated team of professional men and women.
And, and this goes down if someone's missing, they check lakes. If there's a piece of evidence that may have got chunked out of a car window, they go in bottoms of ponds and look for all this. So it is a very big service to the community to have this. We appreciate y'all spending all weekend getting all certified.
Yeah, and I want to thank MCC for allowing us to use the pool. We were able to use a piece of it because it's, 4 days they spend in the pool where it's clear, so Pierce can see what they're doing and critique them on it and get them straightened up. And then we go to, that was Pelham, Alabama at a rock quarry.
Whoa, beautiful stuff there.
So that's where we go get in the big open water and let them do their skills.
All right, we're coming up on 7 o'clock. We're not done yet. We'll be right back.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
It's campaign season. Do yourself a favor and elect Reed Tree Service. Got a tree that scares you each time that it sways in the wind? Elect Reed Tree Service to remove that threat. Have storm winds knocked a tree down in your yard and you want it gone? Elect Reed Tree Service. Professional, experienced, insured. Call Mike 601-416-1233 and elect Reed Tree Service for all of your needs. Tell them Scotty Ray sent you.
I'm Devin Snowden, Republican candidate for District 1 Supervisor, Lauderdale County. I'm 6th generation Snowden to call this home. This is where I'm raising my family, where I work and serve the landowners of this area, and where we play. I want Lauderdale County to continue to call home. If elected, I'll do my best to make Lauderdale County its best. Please vote for me, Devin Snowden, on August 8th, and remember,
And welcome back as we start this Monday together. I wanted to bring up, I didn't realize that it snuck up on me. Lauderdale Day was Saturday as we went out and about. And boy, we had a good time while we were there at Lauderdale Day. A lot of political speaking, as we see here. Kevin Smith and all the bunch were there. Ricky Roberts was there. Ward Calhoun was there, and they all gave a speech. A bunch of people from the coroner that are running for that office showed up. Even get you some produce while you were there.
Look at that. That's that fresh stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was a good time. I enjoyed it. That was my first time to attend this. It was a good crowd as they showed up to go through all of this. Oh, Nick, he was all trying to look pretty there. And they had all kinds of things that you could buy and do there in Lauderdale. We appreciate the invite of being able to go up and attend that. Another thing that I got to do Saturday, this was pretty good, is our hero there who come home with the gold for the Meridian area. Brock was out doing autographs and taking pictures over at 601.
I tell you, you can tell by that smile he's still happy, and I don't blame you because I'm still happy for you.
Yes, sir, Bob.
Man, that's a big honor to be able to do that.
Yes, sir. And quickly, I've got just enough time to get this in. As this went on downtown Meridian on Saturday night, I got a chance to drop in. They had the Juneteenth festival inside the temple due to the fact that the rain was coming. They did a fantastic job on stage. Got to go back and meet them. So many people was there. Terrence done a wonderful job.
Terrence.
Yeah.
That's my buddy now. He can sing. You better get him to sing. Don't let him slack on you.
He's coming in to talk with us about the 4th of July.
Good deal.
But it was a big time, and we do appreciate the invite for doing all these festivities that went on.
I hate I missed it. I wish I could have spent Saturday with you and going to all these different functions. And,
I needed you to drive.
Yeah. We could have gotten around, and we'd have been all right.
All right. We're coming to the end of the time. We're at the top of the hour. We will keep you updated today with what's going on with the very latest of information that is out there.
Yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday. Friday's coming. We love you. Stay safe. Send your prayers. We'll be back in 23 hours. God bless you.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.